Good afternoon, anti-novelists, Lilligans, curious onlookers, and friends. Welcome to this episode of Zettelkasten for Fiction Writers, where imagination finds order. So, I have spent a fair amount of time this afternoon sitting, I know, ironically, sitting at the stand-up desk because I love that space so much. I love it. But I have to pull the curtains somewhere around 2 o'clock because it gets so bright. The sun is so bright. I literally can't see sitting at the desk. So I've got my little reading nook. It used to be over there. It's moved over here. Got my pumpkin pillow, my little footstool. I'm good to go. But let's get into it. So today I had a really cool revelation, and it centered around two things. One is how I'm guiding you to set up your own Zettelkasten. So we're talking about getting your cards together, building your note box, building your index, the critical skeleton infrastructure of how to get that done. But the cool thing is, and I know I've mentioned this before, so some of you might be privy, in my writing group, my esteemed colleague Julianne offered us this challenge, which was, what if we take some pieces of inspiration, this one idea, and we combine that with my last Fusion Writing Challenge, which if you don't know what Fusion Writing is, look down below. It's linked to LILLIpub.org. It's only $8 a month. Go subscribe, join us over in the group, and then you can join Fusion Writing and participate. Because here's the thing. What we're doing is we're taking our prompts and our ideas and we're combining them into a real life create your own adventure story. How cool is that? So what we're doing, and this is, this is terrifying to show, but this is my new printout of where the Zettelkasten for Fiction Writers book is. I did a pretty deep cut yesterday, and I will tell you the truth. That is always really hard because you're writing, you're working on the chapters, you're working on the sections, you're doing the research, you're getting the information on the page, and then you look at it and you're like, okay, this has to go, this needs to change, these can be combined together. And I lost, and I've not done the exact math, but I lost about 8,000 words yesterday because I made a deep cut. But it was in service to providing to you the best book I can provide. So yeah, the new outline is a little thinner, a little lighter in the loafers, but it's still pretty chunky and weighing in around 36,000 words. So I stand by it. It's good. It's halfway done. I've got another 30,000 words to go. So we sally forth. But I digress. The cool thing about the community over at LILLIpub.org is, number one, it was created by myself and my co-founder Kathleen Spracklin and Quentin Payne, and now our new people who have come on board, our first ambassador author, which is Mel Jeffcoat, and now Julianne Scherer, who is breaking out of the pack as a leader. It's just a great community for figuring out, where do you fit? Are you a writer? Are you a reader? Are you in between? Are you an academic? Are you a hobbyist? It doesn't matter. There's a place there for everyone. And that's the thing I love. And this is not pitching you to just go join. It's just sharing the cool thing that I've discovered, which is that's where our people are. So back to this challenge. We started when I launched my video on writing microfiction, a 6-word story or a 100-word story. And then Julianne wrangled us into this beautiful idea of, what if we have some parameters for how to write a story, and then we share each of our 100-word takes on this story, and then we continue forward. So I am going to link down below the videos series, which we call the Zettelkast. And here is the cool thing for you, my friends. What we've done is we're using our Zettelkasten note boxes as our +1. We're writing stories using our note boxes and creating those things on the fly, given this shared theme or concept, if you will. So that is my challenge to you. How, as a writer, are you challenging your sensibilities? Are you diving into short microfiction structure and using those things? Are you exercising that writer's muscle by working on your story, working on your prompts, your plot beats, building out the plot? What are you doing to build your story? If you know anything about me, you know my goal is to give you the tools that you need to write your book. That's what I want. I want to hold your book in my hands. And that's something, by the way, that I completely stole from my esteemed colleague, Kathleen Spracklin. But it's the truth. I want to hold your book in my hands. So how are we going to get that done? Number 1, I'm going to get this book written for you. Number 2, I'm going to keep sharing inspiration and encouragement and writing prompts. And number 3, I'm going to continue to push you to line out, what does your story look like? How are you going to get it written? And how are you going to hold yourself accountable? Because let's be honest, as writers, sometimes it is easy to get in the weeds. Trust me when I say I have spent plenty of time sitting either at this desk or at that desk, and that desk is only a week or 10 days old, looking at a blank page and thinking, wow, this sucks. I don't know what the way forward is. I know the way forward, but it's easy when you're in that creative process to not see it. So this, my friends, is a lifeline. I am grateful to every single subscriber. I will keep hammering this out, even if it means cutting 8,000 words, which, ouch. But I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul, and I'm in it to take you with me because we are writers. That's who we are. It's not what we do. It's who we are. That's why we do it. So I'm taking you with me. Dive in, get your words on the page, and let's continue the conversation about how we get this work done. Because without this work, life is just not fun. It's just not fun. So let's see. I've got sections, part 1, 2, and 3 are solid. I feel really good about those. But then we get into chapter 8, the fundamentals of long fiction. I've got a good chunk right here that needs to get worked out. Chapter 9, the writing process. Now, this isn't so hard because I taught this for 16 years at the Art Institute here in Kansas City. So this is pretty well dialed in, but whew, does it need some polishing. Talk about diamonds in the rough. So I'm going to polish that. Those are my 2 goals for the rest of the week. Before I even get into exploring story structure in part 4, I want to polish this up and continue working on the writing process so that I can walk you through that. So those are my goals. Publicly stated, I'm sticking to my goals, polish and refine, and I will keep sharing how this experiment is going over in LILLIpub, because I'm not kidding when I say this collaboration between all of us on Julianne's theme could be really cool. And what I'm hoping for you, my dear subscribers, independent of the stories and the books that you want to write on your own, what I'm hoping is maybe our path forward can give you a path forward to do some kind of a collaboration. I think that's super cool. And hopefully you will see that maybe that's something you could do as well. So I will leave you there for today. Tomorrow, I'm going to dive into another little short series on actually getting the writing and the cards done, because we are all anti-novelists, which means we are here for the Zettelkasten. So I want to take you through a little mini set of lessons on how to attack that. So I will leave you there. As always, thank you so much to each and every one of you. I appreciate you being on this journey with me, because it is not easy. It is the old way, the slow way, the hard way, but I'm in it because you're here and I want to help you. I want to hold your book in my hands. So I'll see you tomorrow.